All right, good morning, everyone. Settle in. So, today we're tackling a big one, the day after Singularity. What we're really going to dig into is this collision, right? This massive collision between artificial intelligence, which is just moving at an incredible speed, and this very old, very fundamental idea of human rights. And let me be clear, this isn't some far off sci fi scenario. We're talking about the groundwork, the legal and ethical foundation we have to be building, like yesterday. So, let's jump in.
Okay, so first things first, let's ground ourselves right here in the present. Because AI isn't coming, it's already here, woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. The real question for us has moved past if we'll use AI to how we're going to manage it. So take a look at these. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone in this room knows these logos, right? You've probably already used one of them today, maybe to brainstorm for an essay, help you with some code, or just get the gist of a long article. They've just slid right into our lives, haven't they? They're our assistants, our study buddies, and yeah, they're incredibly useful, no doubt about it. But, and this is the important part, it's their limits that we really need to talk about. And speaking of limits, this brings us to the risks. This headline, wow, it's a perfect case study. We've got a lawyer who used an AI for legal research. Sounds fine, right? Except the AI literally made up legal cases, just invented them out of thin air. There's a name for this. It's called AI hallucination. And this is such a crucial thing to understand. These models, they're not encyclopedias. They don't know facts. They're just incredibly complex pattern-matching machines. They're predicting the next word that's most likely to appear. So they don't know true from false, and if you trust them without checking, well, you can see it can be an absolute disaster in the real world. This whole problem, this idea of hallucination, it actually takes us way back to one of the most fundamental questions that kicked off the entire field of AI almost 70 years ago. And that question is this: can machines think? I mean, it sounds so simple, doesn't it? But this question, which the brilliant mathematician Alan Turing asked, well, it's a rabbit hole. What does thinking even mean? Is it about being conscious, having reason? Turing was smart, though. He kind of sidestepped that whole philosophical mess with a much more practical idea. He called it the imitation game. We know it today as the Turing test. And the real genius of it is that it doesn't get bogged down in trying to figure out if a machine is actually conscious or thinking inside its circuits. Instead, it just focuses on one thing: behavior. Can a machine talk in a way that you just can't tell it apart from a human? Yeah, this image breaks it down perfectly. So you've got a judge, right? This person in the middle. They're typing questions to two others that they can't see. One is a person, one is the AI. And the whole game is for the judge to figure out, okay, who's the computer? If after a good conversation, the judge can't tell them apart, boom, the AI passes the test. And for a long, long time, this was it. This was the gold standard for machine intelligence. But here's the thing. The Turing test is really just about imitation. The real goal, the path AI is on, is so much bigger. It's a whole spectrum of intelligence. Okay, this chart is a really great way to think about it. Right now, today, we are firmly in the age of ANI. That's artificial narrow intelligence. You might hear it called weak AI. Think of it as a specialist. It's an absolute genius at one thing, like beating a grandmaster at chess. But ask it to do your laundry, and it's completely lost. The next big step, the one everyone is racing to build, is that second one, AGI, or artificial general intelligence. So AGI, sometimes called strong AI, is the real game changer. This is a machine that has the kind of flexible, learn-anything intelligence that we humans have. And then there's the final frontier, theoretically at least, ASI, artificial super intelligence. This is what people are talking about when they say the singularity. It's that moment when AI isn't just as smart as us, it's unimaginably smarter. And this is exactly what this course is all about. Because this race from the AI we have now to this super powerful general AI, while our laws and our ethics are struggling to keep up, we're on a new frontier, a new battleground, you could say, for human rights. Just think about it for a second. When you have a technology that can learn, predict, and act on its own, it's going to shake the very foundations of our legal system, everything from justice and equality to privacy. So these are the core issues, the big questions we're going to wrestle with all semester. What does the right to privacy even mean when facial recognition is everywhere? How can we possibly guarantee equality when a biased algorithm could decide if you get a job or a loan? And what happens to labor rights or even due process in court when the final decision is made by a machine, not a person? Okay, I know this can all sound a little intimidating, but the point here isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. Because every single one of you, whether you become lawyers or policymakers or just engaged citizens, you are going to play a huge role in what happens next. So, what can you do? What's the game plan? Well, first, get your hands dirty. Don't just use these AI tools, really explore them, push their limits, see where they break. Second, and this is so important, double down on your human skills. As AI takes over the routine stuff, things like critical thinking, true creativity, and ethical judgment become more valuable than ever. And finally, and this is really the heart of our class, question everything. Question the AI, question the data it was trained on, question the results it gives you. Always be asking, what are the ethics here? So, I want to leave you with the question we started with, the big one. Imagine we wake up one morning and it's here. AGI is a reality. What happens on that next day? What parts of our society, our laws, our very rights as people are changed forever? And maybe the most important question of all is who gets to decide? That's the work we're starting today. Thank you.